I would like to know,
Yeah.
where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
If I start walking today and I walk 50 kilometers a day, in
Nice.
5 years, I should be about 65,000 kilometers away from you or anyone else who would ask me that stupid question. I like to peel a candidate like an onion. So my first layer which I would like to peel is what really motivates you?
Money, money, money. And you know, Mr. Fonke, what I like more than money? More money. Love money.
Okay.
Hi, Rahul. Before we get into today's podcast, I was just saying we find this podcast rather funny. But then I got thinking that's not very surprising. It's like saying every mother finds her baby very cute.
True. But keeping to the theme of our podcast, appropriate analogy would be every CEO finding his own vision statement incredible.
Ha, that's a good one. And thinking of that, I thought of or every brand manager finding their brand unique and interesting.
Or every department head finding his management style very endearing.
Or every project leader.
I think they get the drift. Yeah, again, doing the ping pong thingy a bit too often.
I think I agree with
So
you.
let's get to the chase. All right. So viewers, I know as Paddy said, we have been doing these episodes and we have been getting very positive feedback and the likes and the subscriptions. So keep on following us and send us all those many interesting comments, all of which, by the way, we reply to. So Paddy?
Yeah, and particularly what was found funny by the viewers was the episode on answering those tricky but stupid interview questions. And now we've got some good news for you. 2 pieces of good news. And if you have a pen and paper, you might want to note these down. So news number 1 is that we're going to continue to do these podcasts. And since going by the feedback, we hope that you'll continue to find them funny. The second thing is that this episode, we're going to do some more silly interview questions that are tricky. So going by the feedback, you may find it particularly funny. With that, should we?
Absolutely, man. Paddy, so elegantly put. You know, you use 400 words when 40 words would have sufficed.
Thank you.
You make a good manager.
Thank you.
In fact, if you had done the same thing and added a PowerPoint deck as well, you could have made a good consultant as too.
Good idea for next time.
Anyway, so coming back to the theme at hand, first I would think, Paddy, let's tackle that monstrously silly question and painfully tricky one as well. Where do you think you will be 5 years from now? 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever. Where do you see you will be X years from now?
Wow, I love that question because it's asked so often and always with a straight face. It's not a joke. They mean it seriously. Okay, so how should we do this? What methodology should we follow?
We use our time-tested think of
Role play.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let me go first.
Okay.
I will be the interviewer and you be the candidate.
All right.
Okay. Mr. Fonke,
Mhm.
it's amazing to read about how in your previous roles you have been challenging status quo as soon as you joined the company and soon after that, shifting paradigms and taking everything to the next level, even if the level is already high. But that's all in the short term what you've been able to do. But I am both a medium term and a long term thinker since the age of 16. Ask anyone and they will tell you.
All right.
So keeping the medium and long term in mind, I would like to know,
Yeah.
where do you see yourself 5 years from now and 10 years from now?
What do you exactly want? The 5 years or the 10 years?
I want both, man. Didn't I just tell you I'm both medium and long-term visionary?
In which case, to save time, why don't I give you the 15 years one?
Oh,
It will be like
15
combining both
years.
into one, isn't it?
Very interesting. So that would mean I take the medium term and I add it to the long term, I get to 15. Or I take the medium term multiplied by 3, or I take the long term, raise it to the power. Hey, dash it, man. Let's keep this to the time-tested one, which I ask every candidate every time. I want 2 separate answers, one for 5 years and one for 10 years. Let's just follow what works.
Very well. If you want an honest answer, Paddy,
Yes, please.
if I start walking today and I walk 50 kilometers a day, every day of the week, just rest on weekends.
Interesting. Very
In
nice.
5 years, I should be about roughly, by my calculation, 65,000 kilometers away from you or anyone else who would ask me that stupid question. If you give me 10 years, I'll be 130,000 kilometers away from you or anyone else who would be asking me that stupid
Whoa.
question. That is how you not answer the question. And please do note it down. Because more importantly, you do not give that answer to this question, even though it's true, and if you want the job. Because that, Paddy, I think is a very, how to say, it shows or displays my, even though honesty, it displays my impertinence.
Yes.
That's a long word for you, Paddy. Impertinence. See what I did there?
Yes.
I displayed my impertinence impertinently.
Yeah. Very well done. Very well done.
So anyway, let's not repeat that. So now let's switch roles and I'll become the interviewer. But now, instead of repeating this thing, why don't you display the opposite of impertinence?
Oh, so don't be impertinent, but suck up. I love
Absolutely.
that. Love that. Let me do that.
So, Mr. Rangappa, I really love the examples you displayed of your paradigm shifting and out of the box thinking and game
Thank you.
shifting
Thank you.
strategies
Thank you, sir.
in growing the share of your very cold ice cream. Very cold. What a creative name for ice cream.
Thank
brand.
you.
But all of that, your achievements are in the past. And as I keep on telling in my town halls or in walking in the corridors or sometimes even going in the toilet, squatting on all fours and shouting under the cubicle doors, hindsight is the enemy of foresight. So the problem...
God. Oh my God. Hang on, sir. That's so amazingly, you really have a way with words. Hindsight is the enemy of foresight. I've never heard it put so brilliantly before. First of all, it is prose, but it's also poetry. Because you think sight, it's rhyming with sight, if you know what I mean. Well done. Well done.
Now that you say it that way, I mean, sometimes I don't realize my own genius. You're right. Anyway, you'll hear many more of those gems, if you get selected, of course.
Yes.
But coming back to my original quote and sticking to the foresight part of it, Mr. Rangappa, my question to you is, where do you see yourself 5 years from now and 10 years from now? And please note, I want two separate answers, 5 years and 10 years.
I'm going to give you two separate answers, Mr. Fonke. The first one, in 5 years, I hope to be sitting where you're sitting and doing the interview. Not interviewing me, of course. That would be quite a silly thing to do and also quite difficult. But interviewing the next candidate who will take my job as I do yours. And in 10 years from now, I see myself far away in a more senior position with many countries reporting. And
excuse me, let me just stop you there. So if you see yourself doing that 5 years and 10 years from now, where do you see me 10 years from now? Is it retired, retrenched, fired, tending to my garden?
Doing wonderful things, Mr. Fonke. Just wonderful things as usual.
Okay.
Again, that is a way not to answer the question. I sucked up very well. You could follow that if you like. But please do not threaten the interviewer with their job. Not appreciated at all.
Exactly. So to summarize, A, do not answer even if it's honesty, showing you think the question is stupid and by implication the interviewer is stupid too. And secondly, by threatening the interviewer's personal and job insecurity or job security, whichever you call it.
Exactly. And not just for this question about 5 years and 10 years, for any interview questions, avoid impertinence, even though the interviewer may deserve a cheeky answer. And two, even though the interviewer may deserve to be insecure about their jobs, please don't say it to them.
Fair enough. But Paddy, I think it's also then time to show them the right way of answering that question. So why don't you ask?
Okay, let me ask that. So Mr. Fonke,
Yeah.
It is amazing to read about your accomplishments, the way you hit the ground running in every job and soon after that start challenging the status quo like crazy. But that's all in the past. I am a medium and long-term thinker, have been since the age of 16 or maybe 17. So tell me, where do you see yourself 5 years from now and 10 years from now? Separate answers, please.
Let me think about that. Okay. So in 5 years, I see myself as having grown, significantly in my expertise and taking on greater responsibilities within the organization. I'm love AI-led transformations and digital transformations, and I dare say, that's one of my strengths as well. In fact, I particularly been following with great interest the Tiger Cup project the Tiger Cup initiative that Alpha Beta Pipes has been, doing in its operations. And in fact, in 5 years from now, I see myself trying to lead such transformational initiatives which add genuine value,
Interesting.
not only to your customers but also to your shareholders.
Very good.
And in 10 years from now, I hope to be, mentoring the next generation of the leaders or professionals who will do the same and contribute value, not to the enterprise, but also to your shareholders.
Wow.
How was that, Paddy?
Well done. Well done. So for the viewers, what was particularly good about Rahul's answer is he was actually quite vague, but he appeared to be specific. Number two, he used a company example, Tiger Cup project, which really helped make him seem very, first of all, knowledgeable and specific. And two, that he was in the game. I really like the last sentence, the killer for the 10 years one.
Which is?
Hope to be mentoring the next generation of professionals while continuing to drive innovation and results. My God, I didn't understand it, as I think many interviews may not have understood it fully, but boy, was I impressed.
Paddy, understanding is never important. It's the feeling that counts.
Maybe you yourself did not understand it while you said it.
Absolutely.
Well done. Actually, you were specific, at the same time vague. It was like, it reminded me of, being hot and cold at the same time. How did you do that?
Paddy, what can I say? Double speak is the cornerstone of corporate hypocrisy.
That's true.
So,
but getting there, how did you get there?
It's pretty easy. Actually, every day, I actually practice it physically in the shower by mixing the hot and the cold taps to get just the right optimum temperature. This way, I develop the muscle memory. It becomes second nature and to sound hot and cold simultaneously. Now, not everyone can do it. You continue having showers the way you do, Paddy.
I
would not
and I think the
recommend this to
viewers
everyone.
also can continue their current shower methodology.
But that's pretty much at the core of corporate communication. You have to be specific but vague. You have to sound very accurate, at the same time be very generic about it. So it's all the nuances, Paddy, of this hot and cold communication. For example, if you notice, I mentioned the Tiger Cup project for Alpha Beta Type.
Yeah.
So that's a specific example. Honestly, everything else about it was vague. So what you have to do, viewers, you think about something specific about that company does, take some specific angle about it, and then cover it up nicely, top it up with some generous coating of generic platitudes, and then serve it nicely to the interviewer.
Yeah. But even if you have not been able to do your homework and find out a little bit of specific things the company is doing, and even if you tuned off and didn't listen to your interviewer, not advisable, even if you do that, we've got a couple of motherhoods that we can give you that you can use in any situation. For example, you could say, I'd love to, in 5 years, contribute to putting the customer first as insert name of the company. Always do. That can never go wrong because I have not come across any company that puts the customer last.
Good one, Paddy. Keeping in tune with our trend of the times, I thought of one more. I'd love to be involved in protecting the planet because like ABC Pipes, or insert the name of the company here, I too believe in preserving the planet for good. No one I see, no one I read has ever said we don't really give a damn about the planet. Not even the oil companies or the arms manufacturers.
What they do is a different matter.
Absolutely.
But what they say will always be we are for the planet. Another thing you could say is, I would also like to continue to, insert name of company, pursue excellence in 5 years and continue pursuing excellence in 10 years. Because again, I have not seen a company that says we pursue mediocrity.
Or I'd like to create and add genuine value to the business process.
Yes.
How can you go wrong with that?
How can you go wrong with that? Okay.
Anyway, so that I think gives a fair idea to the viewers about how to answer dumb question number 1.
I think we should move on to the next one now.
In my opinion, that will be what motivates you.
Good one.
So viewers, what motivates you is a very short but stupid question. Just like that character Lord Farquaad from Shrek. Don't underestimate it. It's frightfully tricky. But in this case, let me say I'll be the interviewer first.
And I'm going to continue where I left off. Suck up.
Absolutely. Okay. So, Mr. Rangappa, I've been seeing your experience of elevating the customer not only to king, but to the next level for emperor is
Yes,
really, really
thank you,
impressive.
thank you,
I
sir.
mean,
Thank
I
you,
never
sir.
seen anyone else do it. You also, how you took your A game and then not just made it A plus, you made it A plus plus. That is again something phenomenal we would like to see more of. In fact, I also saw that you were so comfortable, disrupting the business, disrupting the status quo.
Oh,
in fact, in all your career,
daily.
you are more disruptive than productive. That's brilliant. But I always like to peel the onion of my candidates. You know what I mean? You see what I'm getting?
That's so funny, Mr. Fonke. I'm getting goosebumps just to think. You're not actually feeling the candidate, but it's a metaphor. Oh,
I get that a lot, Paddy. I get that a lot.
I mean, I would love to hear more such things if I'm selected, of course, and working on it.
Yeah, of course. That's always a big if. But as I said, coming back to the question, I like to peel a candidate like an onion and to see, what makes them tick. So my first layer, which I would like to peel is what really motivates you?
Me?
Yeah.
Money. And Mr. Fonke, what I like more than money, more money. I love money.
Okay.
So candidates, you saw the response from the interviewer, not positive. Yes, this is a way not to answer the question. It's very ironical because the company you're interviewing for is most likely a for-profit company that believes in money, and the only thing they like more is more money. And the interviewer himself or herself is probably in all likelihood motivated to a large extent by money. In fact, the JDs for the job that you're applying for in some cases could be so boring that the only possibility of being motivated would be money. But you should not say it.
So, Paddy, but your answer was so right. In fact, it really brought tears to my eyes, which is exactly what peeling an onion does. So you're bang on target there. I would like to say it's like a mercenary carrying a gun. The mercenary goes, shoots a gun. That's his mission, but he doesn't walk around waving his gun about. Yeah. So keep the sword locked in your briefcase, just like the mercenary keeps his gun locked in.
In fact, keep it at home. Don't even bring it in the briefcase to the interview because you may be tempted to, by mistake, open it and let it out. So don't talk about money. Why don't we reverse roles?
Okay.
So Mr. Fonke, your resume is very impressive. You've done a whole lot of different jobs. In each of those jobs, you've taken, your A game, A plus game. And not only that, as you told us, sometimes you often give 110% as a matter of routine. But when the project demands, you've gone as high as 120 and 130%. Amazing. But given the disparate roles that you've done supply chain, you've done operations, you even had a stint in marketing, sales. I'm curious to know, what motivates you?
It's pretty simple, actually. It's career progression, moving up the ladder.
Ooh.
I really want to get rapid promotions and try to reach to the top by the time I'm 43. In fact, I've done it so often in my careers. I jumped jobs just because I got a better rise, better title, better area, bigger coverage, more team members. In fact, to be honest, I'm here just because of that too, because you're already putting me, 2 layers above where I'm in my current company. That, viewers, is again an honest answer, but not the way to answer this question.
Yes, money and desiring promotion, very, very truthful they may be, but no, you don't answer. You mean to answer it by taking it a little bit into a philosophy. Try to weave in some Bhagavad Gita into the answer. That's what I would say.
I would think you have to answer it like a Zen monk.
Yes.
Complete detachment, maybe even sound of cymbals going on in your head and a big gong. Complete detachment to any material possessions, which again is silly and stupid, but that's how you have to appear and that's how to sound because that is what is expected. Anyway, to actually show you what we mean, I think we'll do the role play once again, and this time with the right answer. So, Mr. Rangappa, coming right to the core of the issue, I would like to know what really motivates you.
Oh, there are a few things, Mr. Fonke, but I'd like to cite two. One is a sense of purpose.
Sense of purpose.
I love to work in a company that meets my goals in terms of purpose, which is improving the lives of customers, society, and making the whole world a better place. That really motivates me and I love to join your company and continue doing what you already do. The second thing is being challenged and overcoming challenges. I love obstacles being put in my way so that I can, different methods of overcoming them, jump over them, obliterate them, but whatever it is, get past challenges. And ideally, I like the challenges to get more and more difficult so I get more and more motivated so that I reach a pinnacle of motivation working under you in this great company in 5 years.
Excellent, Mr. Rangappa. Excellent. Both of our values are so core to the values set here at Sovereign Tobacco. We make the best cigars in the business. People say we are killing people's health. How can we do that? We use the best organic tobacco. With organic tobacco, how can you go wrong? So our sense of purpose is the same as you. Coming to our challenges, that's exactly what we love doing here. We have so many challenges. In fact, even if the employees are, let's say, completely overloaded, we throw them more challenges, but giving them even more challenges. I love it. So half the time they're just challenging themselves. If not around, they're challenging each other, but they're always challenging status quo. In fact, I love the answer. But tell you what, let's write this candidate, Mr. Rangappa, a bit more because he's being a bit too, pretentious. So, Mr. Rangappa, are you saying money does not motivate you?
Of course it does, Mr. Fonke. But I really believe that if I focus on my work, if I achieve a sense of purpose, and if I meet challenges successfully, money will come. I often say, and I've been heard saying this in many, many forums, if I focus on the work, the fruits will follow. But if I focus on the fruits, only misery will follow.
Brilliant. Paddy, that answer was the cherry on the top of the icing on the top of the cake. And
Thank you, sir.
Being cherries, right? Because you were chasing fruits anyway. So I think that's a brilliant answer. I really love the way you weaved that Bhagavad Gita philosophy into your response.
Thank you.
Was it your own or?
This is my own quotation. Thank you.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so now coming back to the answer, because you want to note down not my answers verbatim, you want to know the principle. So I focused on 2 fail-safe things that you can say motivate you. 1, sense of purpose. Every company loves to believe that they're improving the planet, they're improving the lives of customers. It doesn't matter whether the company is selling soap, is a bank, or, as in this case, a tobacco company. They believe they're improving the world. The second is challenges, because which company does not expect you to work like crazy and handling all sorts of difficult things? What would you say, Rahul?
I think you cited 2 good ones. The ones which I can think of is continuous learning and growth.
Oh, yeah.
You can hardly go wrong with that one. Every company, even the ones who do not really have a learning and development budget, learning and development program, learning and development team, thinks it's really promoting learning in and day out and claims to value learning. The other thing I would say, making a difference. You can just stop at that. And making a difference for customers, for clients, for shareholders, for people, for the planet, it doesn't matter. Making a difference, you can't go wrong with anything.
Okay, but I think we should put you on the spot.
Okay.
Why don't you just answer the question? So let me play the interviewer again. And I am going to challenge Rahul so that we bring out that zen. Imagine now he's a monk answering this question. Imagine him in orange robes and a bald head, ideally. To do the bald head part, you could look at my face and imagine my head and put his face here. Or you could do the other way. Look at his face and put my head on top. Both methods can work to imagine that to get the best effect for this answer. So shall we go? Mr. Fonke,
Yeah.
It's been very impressive to read about your different roles, shifting backgrounds, but challenging paradigm everywhere. You've been in different companies, and in each company you had different roles. But with this mix of background, I'm curious to know what motivates you, Mr. Fonke?
Mr. Rangappa, in all my career, if I were to distill it, the 2 things which I would say were my real prime motivators. One was the continuous learning and, development and growth. And when I say that, I just don't mean for me, for my team, for my colleagues. The second one, which is equally motivating, if not more, is making a difference to my team and colleagues. Watching them succeed and achieve their goals gives me a kind of mental satisfaction which money just can't give me. So working with them hand in hand to overcome obstacles, energizing the team, that's what, we should be getting up in the morning to go to
Okay.
office for.
Very good.
So I believe the rising tide eventually raises everyone. If I were to answer your question more directly, the synergy of personal growth and collective achievement, these are a few of my prime motivators.
Excellent, excellent. But audience, let's push this fellow a little bit and let's see how zen-like he can get. So, Mr. Fonke, I like that answer, and I love the rising tide lifting everybody. But what about money, and what about rising in the organization? Are you saying that those don't motivate you, or those are not important?
Mr. Rangappa, I am a very philosophical man by nature. So I control only the present moment. And that is the source of my motivation. Learning a new skill today on the job, helping a teammate today on the job in this present moment. That's my motivator. I mean, getting recognition for such well-deserved work will be a motivation as well, as and when it comes. Similarly, getting money as and when it comes might motivate me when I get it, which is on the 26th of every month in my present company. It could be faster or different in your company. But I would think that's the role, pretty much limited role of money in motivating me.
Okay, excellent.
I think, Paddy, if I were to distill it, it should basically sound like Mother Teresa in a tie and a suit. Like those Miss Universe answers, they are like model answers. You can't go wrong with them.
Yeah.
So the more philosophical, more altruistic,
Actually,
more generic the answers are.
My imagination didn't quite go there. When you were talking, I was more imagining Dalai Lama in a suit and tie, or even but Mother Teresa's one step even.
You can't be gender biased.
Yeah, you should not be gender biased.
So Dalai Lama or Mother Teresa.
Okay. Let's give them both the choices. Yeah. So that's what you should aspire for in answering the question. I think for today we've handled two monsters, and I think we've given you guys some excellent answers. I hope you had your pen and paper and you wrote down these gems.
All right. I say on that note, let's call it a day. So viewers, before we end it formally, please remember to write in your experiences to jestbusinesspodcast@gmail.com, the email that you see on your screen, with more absurd interview questions. Me and Paddy will be happy to tackle them and give you the model answers to how to answer more stupid interview questions with the politically correct answers.
Yes. And don't limit yourself only to give us examples of absurd interview questions. Do that, but also give us other absurdities in the business place, because we know there are many, many. And write into justbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. With that, bye-bye.
Bye.